Joe seal his fate by agreeing to debate. Today, Joe Biden said he will debate Donald Trump twice, and he promises to be alive for at least one of them. So assuming he continues to cheat death, there will be one debate in June, which would be the earliest head-to-head debate ever, and again in September before early voting starts. And old Joe made the announcement on X.
Donald Trump lost 2 debates to me in 2020. And since then, he hadn't shown up for debate. Now he's acting like he wants to debate me again. Well, make my day, pal. I'll even do it twice. So let's pick the dates, Donald. I hear you're free on Wednesdays.
Move over, Dirty Harry, and meet Dirty Diaper. That was Biden throwing down the gauntlet, when usually the only thing Joe throws down is a towel to mop up his accidents. But the real story here, the many times they had to splice Joe's video together in order to get a single thought. Rachel Levine makes less cuts while shaving her beard. Play it again.
Donald Trump lost 2 debates to me in 2020. And since then, he hadn't shown up for debate. Now he's acting like he wants to debate me again. Well, make my day, pal. I'll even do it twice. So let's pick the dates, Donald. I hear you're free on Wednesdays.
5 cuts just to get a 13-second video. I guess I had to edit out all the times he sharded, lost consciousness, and flatlined. Meanwhile, Trump already agreed to the debates, telling Fox Digital, quote, "I'm ready to go. The dates that they proposed are fine. Anywhere, anytime, any place. I will provide my own transportation."
I'll drive.
That, Donald, what a guy, providing his own transportation. That's smart. You don't want to rely on Democrats to get you there. You'll end up in a lake. All right. I know. Terrible, right? So what's Joe got to say?
Hey, let's do this. All right, here we go. Donald Trump lost 2 debates to me in 2020. 20. Why do I say that number twice? Now he's acting like he wants to debate me again. When you say that line, point to yourself so they know you're talking about you. Oh, don't say that line. Now he's acting like he wants to debate me again. Wonder Twin Powers activated. Go ahead. Make my day, pal. Can I tell the corn pop story here? Let me do corn pop, please. I'm singing in the rain. I'll even do it twice. So let's pick the debates, Donald. Let's pick the dates. Let's pick the dates of the debates, Donald. Too many D's.
Julie, I don't believe conspiracies, but there's something. Do you believe this is actually happening, or is this just being pushed only to be withdrawn?
I'm crying. My contact lens and my lashes are falling out. Oh my God. I don't even know what your question just was, but I'm just gonna.
Do you think this is real?
No, well, this is very real, but unfortunately, so is Joe Biden. I mean, that is such a perfect impersonation. I mean, that is Joe Biden. Lawrence O'Donnell is making fun of Trump being dead and asleep in court. I mean, have they watched these clips? They should. I'm sure they watch the show. You know they do. But you know what I think is brilliant is the fact that Biden's like, oh, let's go, man. We're going to go into these 2 debates. 2 debates. Yeah, they're being held by CNN and ABC. Are you freaking kidding me?
Yeah.
ABC, who just had Robert De Niro on there slamming Trump, they are going to be responsible for delivering the voters a proper bipartisan questionnaire to these 2 candidates and get fair questions out there. I mean,
Jake Tapper and Dana Bash, they're like really objective when it comes to Trump.
Yeah, they are.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
You know, all right, Kat. I'll save the conspiracy question to you because you brought it up. What do you make of the edits?
Yeah, it is wild, but I also do kind of think Republicans might be playing this badly in terms of setting the bar really low.
I said that on the 5.
Well, I get it because, I get it to some extent, right? But if you're coming out like Biden's going to crap his pants so hard he's going to fall over,
right?
And start muttering about, then it's like if he manages to at least maybe not like audibly himself,
Yes.
and then like form
I would vote for him.
3 coherent sentences and stand the whole
Then
time,
he's done
then
well.
he's gonna come out of it
Yeah.
looking like the
Hero.
victorious underdog, especially because of something that I've mentioned before, but I'll mention it again. In a lot of times, Biden's greatest strength is his weakness. It's really hard to look like you're not bullying someone if you're debating him, and the
True.
other guy you're debating is just sitting there like
That's-
it's.
No, it's true.
It's a
true.
challenge.
And also, it's like, oh God, he did better than we thought.
Yeah,
Oh, look at him.
exactly.
Oh. You start thinking maybe he's like your grandfather, or your great grandfather, or your great grandfather was a pervert. Tyrus. So I mentioned something on the 5, and then you texted me, and you were saying that you think that the fix is in, that they know that the verdict is guilty in New York, so they're doing this knowing they don't.
They're playing. This is Republicans. We can't play with a lead. Democrats don't know how to do quietly. So they're. Oh, I challenge. Just out of nowhere, all of a sudden there was nothing. A specific date, June 27th. It's on.
Yeah.
Tough guy. Cut. Tape. Cut. For a reason. The jury will probably, prosecution will probably rest like Friday, right? So we don't have to worry about going into the weekend. Then the defense, they're not going to call, I think, maybe one witness. Then they'll hit him guilty. Let's not even, we know it's coming, okay? And then, oh, he's getting arraigned on the 27th. Or, oh, he can't leave the state of New York on the 27th. It's going to be something to where, and then we'll have Joe standing at a podium go, where is he? If he don't that up.
Yeah.
And then, no, for real. But this is, just watch any villain movie. I mean, they're just playing this out. They're really hoping, because their only prayer is that he's guilty and that he's caught up with all this stuff. And I'm sure another miraculous 75,000 charges will rain down from somewhere. He didn't tip the ice cream man in 1967, and there's a whole emotional thing there. But they'll find something. But Joe, when he gave a specific date, there was a reason for that. And watch what happens around that time. That's all I'm saying. The fix is in.
Tom. What do you think of the conditions? No live audience, right?
It is very interesting. However, I feel like Trump seems very confident with this, and it's so funny the way that he doesn't do anything in a normal way. That's one thing everybody agrees on. And you are supposed to play this expectations game. That's what everybody always says. My opponent is a great debater, but I'm going to do my best against that great debater. But Trump, just today, he said, I'll be surprised if he makes it to the podium. So he's not going to play that game. You know, he doesn't care about expectations. And I think he knows he could do well in this situation. I think the limitations would help Trump, because Trump he is at his best at a Republican debate. That is where he excels with the live audience, and he crushes people. But he's at his weakest when he has that kind of general election, and it's in front of a live audience. And also, Joe Biden is the interrupter. Joe Biden is the one who says, give me a break, man. And, white supremacy and all this stuff. He's always doing the interrupting. If they actually have silence, if they silence the mics and they have to give straight answers, and he's against these CNN anchors, Trump actually knows he does well against CNN people. You know, when you watch him against Jake Tapper, you watch him, or when he does like 60 Minutes, he does pretty well in those hostile environments. So I think without the audience, it will be a tamer Trump, which is going to help him in the general election.
All right. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.